Hey, Magic friends, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on Capnclyde's MTG, and today we have Commander spoiler for Neon Dynasty. That's right, guys. They have spoiled the four commanders that are going to be out in the commander set for Neon Dynasty, so let's take a look at them. I saw them today. I didn't actually read anything into them, so I'm going to be just as shocked as you are as we go through the four commanders that will be in the pre-constructed deck. So, before we get started, though, remember, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, get people watching, comments down below, feed that YouTube algorithm to get some views as we're on our way to the 1,000 subscriber mark. I do appreciate it. I'd like to give a quick shout out to Frey, who asked for a alchemy video about why alchemy is so busted and so forth. They're trying to fix it, but I will be putting some work in on that video. Probably expect that video actually maybe next week, only because tomorrow starts spoiler season, and boy, are we going to be on top of spoiler season. But in the meantime of all that, this weekend I'll work on that for you, Frey, and I'll get that posted so you can see about all the silly shenanigans going on in Alchemy and what it's really, really weird. But anyway, so with all that said, guys, let's get on it. Trade tables and seat backs, you full upright position as we take off to see the beautiful world of Commander and what we got in store. First thing we have here is looks like Shoraraki, the Genesis engine, blue, white, and 2 for an 8/8. Jesus, Lord heaven. So it's a vehicle, legendary artifact. Wow. Um, that's a heck of a mana symbol or a set symbol. For one and tap, you draw two cards, then discard a card, create a 1/1 colorless pilot creature token with this creature cruise vehicles as though its power were two greater. Okay, so it crews for three. So if you activate this thing three times, you can crew it and make an 8/8. Eh. It also says at the bottom here, this thing can be your commander. This isn't bad. Not real big on Commander World as far as where this would fit in. A lot of the discard decks I would look at, I don't think are blue white. Maybe I'm wrong. You guys can help me out in the comments down below. Uh, doesn't seem bad. But to be honest with you, to having to, well, I mean, you draw two, discard one. You're technically drawing a card for one. Um, so yeah, on second thought, you're still drawing a card for one, and you get to pick between two cards. Yeah, this seems busted. This is just so good, and it's a vehicle until it's a creature, so it's harder to deal with. This is definitely going to draw some attention from people. This seems really powerful to me. Wow, does this seem good? All right, guys, Commander guys, I think this might be your jam for playing white blue. Get a look at it. So all right, moving right along. The next one we have looks like Kama the Fractured Calm maybe. I'm not good with foreign language. I barely speak English. Anyway, green, red, and 2 for a 3/3 spirit legendary creature. Not the best. At the beginning of your end step, goad each creature your opponent's control that's enchanted by an aura you control. Put a +1/+1 counter on this card for each creature goaded this way. All right. So if you're playing an enchantment deck, obviously it says here it doesn't say this can be your commander, but obviously it's a mythic commander. So if this is an enchantment deck and you're enchanting everybody's creatures, this thing can get real big real fast. Um, Although with it being red green, I don't know how well that enchantment theme is going to go, unless red green's got some really powerful enchantments. I mean they do, um, but maybe Kamigawa is going to bring out some more enchantments to make that kind of enchantment theme more powerful in the other colors. Because when I think enchantments, I think like white, green, red's not really top of my list. But who knows? So, all right, guys, let's go check out the next one. Commander card number 3, we have Kishishiro, Kish, Kishiro, the Shattered Blade. So again, this is a green, red, and 2 for a 4/4 legendary creature Snake Samurai. Interesting, like a Yanti. Whenever an aura or equipment enters the battlefield under your control, create a 2/2 red spirit creature token with menace. Interesting. At the beginning of your end step, put a +1/+1 counter on each modified creature you control. That's something with an equipment and an aura on it, and counters are considered modified. So that's very interesting. So this and that last card seem to be in the same deck. Um, They're both red-green, so it looks like we're going to have a heavy enchantment theme inside the red-green deck from the commander side. That's what I'm looking like here. So it looks like those two cards that we just saw, this one and this bad boy here, are going to be in the same deck. And it looks like the red-green one's going to be based around enchantments. So it's going to be very interesting to see what those enchantments are. Uh, Green often has a lot of pump enchantments. Sometimes the enchantments even fight in some of the sets that have come out. So if they go back to that theme, like where we have fight enchantments and pump enchantments or whatever, this could be very cool. Uh, so make your speculations down below. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a whole lot of green enchantment reprints that do fighting, um, like Briar Armor or whatever it was, like 4 mana or something. It gives the toughness plus two, it plus O plus two, and it lets you fight a creature or something like that. Or yeah, that kind of stuff. So very interesting colors to go with this. Is definitely different. So we will have to see. So let's check out the last one. If I'm right, this last one should be white blue to go with the other one. It is, and that's how you can tell I didn't look at anything because, well, I should have put these together. So, Kitori, Pilot Prodigy. So blue, white, and one for a 2/4 good rate. Vehicles you control have a crew of two. Sweet mother of God. So yeah, you combine this with that very first one, so that now you can make a creature that just crews it, or this itself can just crew it. Like this thing is just bonkers. Then you come into which one do you have? So let's get into the rest of it first. So at the beginning of your combat on your turn, target artifact creature you control gains lifelink and vigilance till end of turn. Whoa! Wow, does that combo really well with this thing. Where to go? With this thing being able to be crewed by itself, tack for 8, and then tap it to draw 2 cards, discard 1 card, make a 1/1. Wow, is that powerful? This is 4. This is 3. So this would come out first. So if you made the other one your commander and you could find a way to dig this out of your deck, put it on the playfield, they don't kill it, you could literally lay the other thing the next turn. It's just, man, does that seem good. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, so, wow, guys, it looks like the blue-white deck's going to be based around vehicles, I guess, is the only thing I could think, which is very interesting for blue-white to be a vehicle deck. At the same time, it's also very interesting for red-green to be an enchantment deck. You would think the blue-white deck would be enchantments, and maybe the red-green deck would be vehicles. So I really feel like that kind of, they've really switched it up on us here. But with that said, these are some very impressive commanders and seem to be very powerful and also look like to be a lot of fun to build around. So yeah, there you have it, boys and girls. It looks like a pretty good commander set this time. Um, the red green maybe not, but this blue white deck, woo, does it look like something fierce? And who knows what's going to be in there that we can get reprints for, especially when you're talking about crew and stuff and vehicles. There's been a lot of sweet vehicles back in the day. Maybe they'll reprint the old smuggler's copter. That'd be pretty funny. So anyway, this is going to be a breakthrough. We know there's a lot of vehicles out there that have really high crew costs because of how devastating they are, and this thing just changes that whole dynamic. You can make such big creatures that you can crew very cheaply, very quickly, almost like an aggro deck. It's just, I can't wait to see what people come up with this. It just seems really cool. So, with all that said, guys, remember, we already talked about liking and subscribing. If you've done everything you can also hit the description down below for a link to the eBay store where all my cards are on sale, especially from the box opening series. And don't wait too long. When the box opening series starts for Neon Dynasty, I will be posting cards the first weekend after the box series opens. So I'll put the boxes in the queue. Don't forget that. So most of the boxes will be open when I start listing. Um, so get them while you can. Get them while they're hot. They'll all be packed fresh, and at some point you'll see them pulled on the channel. Um, Also, too, there's a link to the email for the store. Feel free to hit me up if you have any advice, comments, concerns, or even any videos you'd like to see. Let me know what that is, and I can definitely do something about that. Because Lord knows I don't do anything else in my free time other than this stuff. Ugh. Anyway, so as always, guys, remember until next time, be kind, and I hope to see you across from the game table.